He and his family moved from New York City to Charleston in 2015 to launch Leave Farfalle. In this special edition of Quintin's Close-Ups, I sit down with Chef Michael Toscano. Chef Toscano, it is so good seeing you again.
Good to have you here.
Yes, sir. Here at Leave Farfalle.
Perfect.
Yes, sir. In downtown Charleston. And as you know, you opened last summer with a huge splash. Tell me, when you look back in your mind to then to right now, what is the biggest thing that sticks out in your mind?
I mean, we're more comfortable now. It's been a great learning curve. You know, being here in Charleston, it's drastically different than New York in a great way. We're loving it here, and we're very excited to be growing Le Farfalle from what it was on that first day,
right,
which anybody who's ever opened a restaurant understands.
Oh, yeah.
And then to be where we're at today, it's just getting better and better, and our staff is feeling more comfortable, and it's fantastic. We're really excited about the experience we're delivering right now.
From New York City to Charleston, why Charleston in your life?
Charleston, we fell in love with. I was invited to cook at the Charleston Food and Wine Festival, and since then we fell in love with the city. And when we decided we wanted to leave New York, we were looking for a better quality of life. When we were in New York and decided to leave, we had our second child, Marley, our daughter. We have a 5-year-old son, Julian. And at that time we were, it was difficult raising 2 children in New York City, having 3 restaurants, working around the clock. It was a difficult lifestyle, and we wanted to look for something that would be conducive with, how we were going to raise the children and the idea of what we had for, Caitlin and my future. So Charleston fit the mold of what we were looking for, and we made a great decision because it's fantastic.
New York City. Who was Chef Michael Toscano as a chef?
I mean, I worked around the clock. I was obsessed with it. And, it's difficult to compete unless you are. To compete meaning running a successful business, and also, creating food that is on par with the rest of the chefs in New York City. So you have to be all in, or you're going to get chewed up and spit out. It was amazing. I loved cooking there. It was challenging. It pushed you to be better, and in a way, if you enjoy being there, it can make you the best version of yourself as far as being a professional. It was a great time for me, for sure.
Describe to me the following one word: Houston.
Houston, I'm going to give you 2 words.
Sure.
Mexican food.
Yes.
My mother's an amazing Mexican cook, but being able to go out and have all these amazing options for Mexican food, it was amazing. Houston's a very diverse city, and we were very fortunate to grow up there and be able to see all these different cultures and ethnicities. Houston's awesome.
San Antonio.
San Antonio, my parents grew up there. We would go there every summer during the holidays to see our family, both very large families, all my aunts and uncles and cousins. So many memories of family specifically. And then again, the one place that tops Houston is San Antonio,
right,
and Mexican food.
Yes.
Unbelievable.
Yes,
so it's a huge passion of mine, even though I've kind of fallen in the path of cooking Italian food. Mexican food's a huge passion of mine.
Yes. Golfing.
Golfing, I grew up golfing. I played sports my whole life, very competitive. I decided to focus on golf in high school. Played golf, and that's where it bridged into me cooking. So from golf, I needed a job to be able to to practice every day, to be competitive. So I got a job at our local golf course, picking the driving range, cleaning the golf carts, and through that I became friends with the executive chef, Randall Sansom, who's still to this day a very good friend of mine, and was a mentor for me at that time, because at that moment I was working in the cart barn, cleaning golf carts, and became friends with him. I was always interested in food. My family loves eating, loves cooking, loves being around the table, and through that, and because of that, I was intrigued in the professional kitchen, seeing it for the first time. And Randall was the perfect person for me to meet, because he was, he helped me in any way I asked. He was an amazing mentor, and that's what led me to take on the position of being a dishwasher. So my junior year of high school, I became a dishwasher in that kitchen, still playing golf, and I just fell in love with cooking. I fell in love with the intensity of the professional kitchen, the different characters that were involved in that kitchen, and kind of my personality. I become a little obsessive whenever I really love something,
Right.
as I was in sports and as I am today in cooking. At that moment, I just couldn't get enough of it, and I wanted more and more, to where when I graduated high school, I turned down a college scholarship to play golf, and I turned it down to take a scholarship to culinary school, which happened to be at the Pinehurst Resort, which was, is still one of the best golf resorts in the country.
Right.
Got to be there for the U.S. Open, and cooking through that kitchen, which was very impressive, was an amazing kind of path to take in cooking. So I was getting, real life experience cooking on the hotline, cooking in all different atmospheres of that resort, and then they would send us to culinary school at their local community college. So it was a great experience. That's where I met my wife.
Yes.
And then, it was from there we left to New York City. So anyhow, that golf is still something I love, and is where the reason that I'm cooking today. So yeah.
Mario Batali.
Mario Batali was a mentor of mine that is, he taught me so many different things, and whenever, he's such a personality, he's such an amazing person, and there's so much things to learn other than cooking. Granted, his restaurants are amazing.
Right.
His food is unbelievable. His knowledge for food, not just Italian, is through the roof.
Wow.
And but being around him, listening and paying attention to the way he lives his life, the way he loves his family, the way that he is a businessman, has taught me so many things. So I owe a lot to him, and he's a huge inspiration for me. It still is to this day. Great guy. Amazing.
Michael Toscano, not the chef, but the person.
A family man.
Yes.
I mean, it's all about my wife, Caitlin, and my kids.
Right.
We moved here for that reason. To have a great, to develop an amazing lifestyle here in Charleston. So it's all about them. My motivation in making this business successful is them. So it's not only my immediate family, but it's developing a family of my employees here. We want to make opportunities for them to grow their career as well. So I love to have great people surrounding me. I love to be involved, working hard, working every day with a team of people that want to be part of the family.
Right.
So it's I guess the easiest way to say it is I'm a family man.
That is so awesome.
Yeah.
Well, Chef Michael Toscano, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate this.
Thank you. My pleasure.